Good morning, Burn Middle. I'm Braxton.
And I'm Colton. Today is Tuesday, November 11th, Veterans Day.
It is also a day 4. Now please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance Thank you. Lunch today will be chicken nuggets with a dinner roll, mashed potatoes, seasoned corn, and peaches.
The grill, pizza, and daily stations will all be open too.
That sounds great. Let's go to Tristan with the weather for today.
Good morning, Berm. I'm Tristan with today's weather. Today will be windy with a high of 42 and a low of 28. Stay warm. Now back to the desk.
Attention all participants in the musical. Rehearsal today will be for full cast and crew. Please meet in the middle school choir room.
This week, Burn Middle will be hosting performances of Matilda Jr., the musical. Preview shows will be tomorrow.
The full show will be held at 6:30 p.m. on Friday and Saturday night, and 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Tickets can be purchased online at cure8.com or at the door. We hope you can come support your friends.
Boys wrestling practice for grades 7th and 8th will begin this week on Friday, November 14th. After school practice will be held in the auxiliary gym.
And all the other winter sport practices start next Monday, November 17th.
The Campus Life group will meet after school today in Learning Commons B. It is open to any middle school student grades 5 through 8.
That's all for our events, Eagles. Let's take a look at today's birthdays.
Hola, Brim. It's me, Crystal, of today's birthdays. Today we have no school birthdays, so I'm going to tell you a famous one. Happy birthday to the movie actor Leonardo DiCaprio. I hope you have an amazing day. Now to rock, paper, scissors.
Morning, Burn Middle. It's Brianna with Rock, Paper, Scissors. Today we have Evelyn and Skylar. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Evelyn, you won. Who do you want to challenge?
Braylon Small in 8th grade.
All right. Please report to the media center tomorrow morning. Now with sports.
Good morning, Berm. Happy Tuesday. Yesterday, the Eagles beat the Packers 10-7. Tonight, the 76ers play the Celtics, and Duke plays Army. And in the NHL, the Sharks play the Wild. That's all for sports. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Jackson. Today is Veterans Day, a time to honor and thank all the men and women who have served in the military, past and present.
Their bravery protects our freedom and helps our nation safe. If you see a veteran today, take a moment to say thank you.
As part of our Veterans Day celebration, we wanted to spotlight a veteran in our own community and interview them for the broadcast.
We wanted to learn what their military service was like and what lessons we can take from their experiences.
Today we will hear from Mr. Chubb, a veteran of the U.S. Navy, who shared about life in the military, what it meant to serve, and what they'd like students to know about veterans. Can you tell us your name and how long you served in the U.S. Navy?
Yes, I'm Daniel Chubb, and I served in the United States Navy for 24 years.
What inspired you to join the Navy?
My grandparents, my grandfathers, they inspired me. That was the inspiration why I joined the military and the Navy, more specifically. My one grandfather was in the Air Force, served during World War II. Actually, it was the Army then, later became the Air Force. And my other grandfather served in the Navy.
What was your job or role while you were serving in the U.S. Navy?
I had many jobs and roles over my career. I started out in the airfield, so I was stationed on an aircraft carrier and did that for a couple of years. I later transitioned into the cryptology field and intelligence field, where I spent a lot of my time in combat operations.
Where were you stationed or deployed during your service?
I've been stationed and deployed all over the place. As far as where I've been stationed, I started out my career in Virginia, in the Hampton Roads area, Virginia Beach. Later moved on to Puerto Rico, and then Maryland, and then I spent some time in Florida, and ended up my career, the second half of my career in Hawaii.
What's one memory or experience from your time in the Navy that really stands out to you?
One experience, there's so many I've had, but I would say the traveling outside of the moves and stuff like that with the family, the duty stations. I was able to experience and travel to over 35 different states and 25 different countries, and experience the different cultures and different types of cuisine and food and stuff like that. So I don't think I would have been able to experience all that if I would have stayed. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, in a small town.
What was the most challenging part of your service, and how did you handle it?
Most challenging part of my service is definitely those deployments again, being separated from family. You're going to miss some time, birthdays, anniversaries, and different things like that. So that's definitely probably the hardest time for me. Some of the other hard times were being, like I said, I was in Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom, and you really learn, use your training comes to you to be able to depend on your counterparts, your comrades, your shipmates. So there's times of war, and realize that training's coming in, and you're able to depend on one another. So,
what did being in the Navy teach you that you still use in your everyday life?
The Navy taught me quite a few things again, but some of the two biggest traits probably came out of there are leadership and communication, which I use today in different roles, different things I'm involved in, whether it's my job or different organizations or maybe some areas I volunteer. And definitely the communication piece. Without solid communication, a lot of things can go astray.
What do you want young people, especially our students, to understand about veterans and military service?
That's a great question. I would definitely want kids to understand that veterans are a unique group of people that have done a lot of sacrifice in serving for their country. So again, they're going to miss some of those things that we take for granted sometimes, to have a birthday party or a celebration of some type. And they're doing that in order for those that are not serving, to have those freedoms to do those different things. So again, it's a lot of sacrifice, and sometimes I think we take it for granted what the veterans have done and do that. So,
what's one thing that might surprise people about the Navy life?
Again, there's a lot of different things. I use for examples here, but I think one of the greatest things is that I learned early in my career was going to boot camp from a small town in Pennsylvania, like I said earlier, and to be able to come in contact and make relationships with all the different people throughout the country in boot camp, where you're going to learn how to train together, fight together, and bring all those different backgrounds of diversity to meet and try to fix, come to a solution on whatever the problem is. That's probably one of the greatest experience from the Navy.
Thank you for your service, and thank you for meeting with us today.
Hey, thank you very much.
A big thank you to Mr. Chuff for taking the time to share his story and for his service to our country.
We hope everyone takes a moment this Veterans Day to remember and thank the people who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces.
And from all of us here at Burn Middle, thank you, veterans.
And now, on a lighter note, it is time to end with the joke of the day.
All right, let's hear it.
Why do Navy sailors get good grades?
I don't know why.
Because they're above sea level.
I guess that's funny. Well, that's it for Today on Burn News. I'm Colton.
And I'm Braxton. Have a terrific Tuesday.